Hello pilots and welcome to Season 4 of Flight Academy, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. Full format rules and lists are in the description below, and you can see all of the lists in the video linked in the top right hand corner of the screen now. But joining me again, after having such a good time last time, we have...
Hey guys, it's Andy.
Hey Andy, welcome back. We have more action for you to watch and let us know your thoughts on. So this should be another interesting game. We've got Josh, our rookie of the season, and great season he's having so far with his Scum list, against our veteran Wes with 2 bombers, which I just think is fantastic because I love bombers.
Yeah, I like Wes's list, I love Proton Top. So anyone that can bring Proton Tops wins points for me.
I mean, yeah, we know you love Proton Torps. That sofa, and then N1s with Proton Torps. I think there's a theme with you. You like them. I mean, they are a great shout, especially in this sort of format, because they're heavy hitting. So I really can't blame you, to be honest.
And although you only get 2 charges, I find kind of in this format with the shortened clock, you don't. I mean, ideally you always spend them both, but sometimes you don't have that many kind of rounds of shooting anyway. So it's not like, shoot and you're done. Because by the time you've used them, it's the game's almost over. So
absolutely. I mean, 25 minutes sounds like a long time, but when you are at the table, I mean, obviously I'm there cooling down how long's left, and like before you know it, you're like 15 minutes left. You're like, how has 10 minutes gone already?
Absolutely.
I mean, look here. I mean, Josh has gone straight in first round, and we've already got shots going. No damage to any of the bombers, but looks like Reimer is going to take a shot back at Kavil. Light was right above the table, so it's hard to see those dice, but there is an evade there, so no damage in the first exchange of our bombers versus bombers there.
Yeah, so Proton Tops are great when you've got target locks, but when you don't, you're not rolling those 4 dice. So
I think that's one of the things that bombers struggle with, is that they don't have any way of doing a double action, so they don't have any linked actions, and it's hard to sort of set up. I mean, it's quite similar to a lot of ships, but it's a bit tricky to set up that target lock ready for later, especially when you don't have any highlight, any shields. You kind of, you almost want to be like, all right, I kind of want that defense of the focus coming in there.
And the I4 as well. I mean, I don't know how that fares up with everyone else, but I4 feels like it's. I think like lots of people had I5s. I4s and I5s, there's a few threes, so I think in perhaps a lot of Wes's games, I don't know if he's, having to move first and not being able to have the range to grab that target lock.
I'm trying to think now. So we obviously only had 2 I6s, which Ben happened to bring to the table. There was 1 I3, which we've got here with Jostero. We had a lot of 4s actually. Your list was 2 4s. Wes's is 2 4s. Connor's was 2 4s. Scott had a 4. Madbots had a 4. Fraser had a 4. And we had a few 5s scattered in there. Kavil. My list was actually dual 5s. So, but yeah.
So he's relying on that. I mean, you can't play for the first player token, can you? It's difficult to.
Yeah.
If you're up against other 4s, you don't know what's.
I mean, in most matchups, Wes is either going to be moving first or having to roll off to decide who moves first, and he does probably want to move second so that he knows where that person is, and then it gives him a less distance to have to try and grab that lock. But that is some damage going in there onto one of the bombers. Still nothing on Josh's side, but Jostero is finally deciding that he actually wants to take part in this matchup rather than just going for a bit of a sightseeing mission down the bottom of the board there.
Hopefully Wes can turn in now and pick up a couple of locks.
Yeah. This is the ideal point to come in, or just do a cheeky little one forward, maybe waiting for like a hard turn in next turn, then it would appear. I mean, Kavil wouldn't be able to turn in there. He's going to have to try and he's going to have to go round himself, so he's not going to turn in. So it's a bit of an interesting move.
I suppose with the turret on Kavil, he quite happily continue straight forward.
He's got to be careful that the turret is only ranged 0 to 2. Or 1 to 2, so if he's too far away, he's not going to be able to actually use it. And I think that might be just out there. I mean, I can't remember if he... Oh no, it sneaks in. Again, the reduced board size makes it hard to actually judge it.
I keep meaning to click on the screen and rotate the camera like you do on TTS.
Yeah.
to see, oh, have they got arc? Haven't they got arc?
Oh, sometimes I wish that we had multiple camera angles, but not enough equipment to set that up, especially when we're running 2 games at once. So we had another table just on the left, so we were trying to get through. I think night 1 and night 2 we got through 14 games both nights, and then we rounded it off with the last 12 on night 3. So it was quite hectic, but oh, some more damage going through there.
Kavil is so consistent at just pumping for the damage.
I mean, having the dorsal turret be able to keep the arc on as well, I5, so if he needs to, he can rotate. And he gets the additional dice as well for being Kavil. It is brutal. It's just not... It's a tough one to come up against, and I think in this list, Kavil is the one you need to take out first. Jostero can be tricky, but Kavil is just consistent, and you need to get right in his face and take him out straight away, I think is the key to beating Josh. But he's also super aggressive with his play as well, and I love how aggressive he is. It's great. So, looks like... I think that's a cluster missile? Yeah, I think that's a cluster missile, and using... the ability to re-roll 2 dice there, which is a fantastic, these two, their combination. I think that unfortunately though, I think Jonus and Reimer are actually switched around with their upgrades, so Reimer should have the protons and Jonus should have the cluster missiles, but I think the pilot cards might have got switched around there, but...
okay.
No shot there for... did Jostero just actually sneak in? How? Wow. He did sneak into range. And gets another one through there, I believe.
That's a cheeky shot.
Yeah, not having shields on the bombers is, I think, one of the biggest dangers with those. But if they can get into a position to bomb, I mean... Last time they were out, they did some good shenanigans. Oh, here we go. Jostero just going, yep, I'm coming straight in there.
He's got to mind that asteroid, though.
It is very close. I think he just misses it. Wes being super fair. See how Wes is there, straightening up, so it's as good as possible. Oh, but it does clip it on the back corner. Oh, that is unfortunate there for Jostero. I mean, any other ship doing that, Jostero would have loved it because he could have got his free shot on them.
Yeah, of course.
his ability is really fun. So when a ship takes damage and it's not evading, he can then get a bonus shot at them. So the cluster mine drop from Kavil can be really powerful, and going over an obstacle and taking that instant damage rather than having to roll for it, Jostero can be quite good there.
Hmm.
Ooh, big 3. I think looking to catch Kavil as Kavil comes round that asteroid there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's safe from Jostero because Jostero's on the rock, so can't shoot. So, oh, that's some good coverage there.
Oh, he's turning into them. That surprised me.
I think that's right.
I was wondering, is he going to continue straight and shoot out the side, or turn around the opposite way and turn the truck to the back?
I think that Josh is probably anticipating those bombers coming through that gap that Jostero has gone into and not trying to race past them round. But either way, that dorsal turret has now got a range 1 4-dice shot.
Oh.
So just 2 hits, no target loss. I didn't see Jostero Kavil take an action there. Oh no, there's the target lock. It was hidden under the Kirex's nose. Oh, that's brutal. 3 hits. Could be enough. Oh, 1 evade. Was that into... Yeah, so that was into... Oh no, that actually took out Jonus. So he must have missed the damage earlier then. That's an initiative kill as well.
He had the console fire. Maybe there was a...
Maybe he took console fire last turn, yeah.
Yeah. Ouch.
Is, again, Kavil being I5 makes it... It is just... It's an absolute sniper. Like, it'll come in and just do some damage. Because, again, as I said, of 9 players in this tournament, 18 ships, we only have 2 I6s. And the majority are I4s, so Kavil is going to be going before most of them.
Yeah, and I was just thinking actually about turning in there. I was going to say, well, no, it won't. As I say, that would shut down the Proton Torps, wouldn't it? But is Major Rhymer the one who can shenanigans with the range?
It should be. Unfortunately, as I said, Wes got the pilots mixed up, so he's looking at it, and Jonus provides the rerolls. Rhymer changes the range of the shot. So, unfortunately, because he's put the cards the wrong way around, he should be able to do Proton Torps, but instead it's just a range 1 shot, which is a shame. And it's easily done, to be honest.
It looks like he's got some paint now anyway, so...
So he's got a hit, 2 focuses, spend the target lock, just 1 hit, which with a disregard evade. Good red dice, good green dice there for Josh. That was unfortunate. No cluster mines. That is a little bit interesting. I'd have been tempted to drop them there.
Yeah, I think so as well, because it probably would have forced the bomber to do a straight
Go
maneuver.
wide around, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he has a plan. unless he's hoping for... Oh, is this a K? Now, if Kavil has done a 1 forward or a 1 bank... I'm just looking at that. I don't know. I would have loved a 1 bank, but it would have bumped into Jostero. But a 1 bank would have been absolutely perfect for dropping clusters next, because there would be absolutely no way that bomber would have been able to avoid cluster mines if the one bank had been pulled off.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there the bomber just misses out. Just the one. Oh, the green dice are coming back for Wes.
Wes needed that.
Yeah, really needs that. And now he's got a range 1. It's unfortunate. The wrong type of paint there. Oh, the red dice have gone cold this round.
And I guess the thing with cluster mines, the longer you hold onto them, the more value you get in a sense, because there's always that fear, isn't there, that your opponent's going to drop the mines.
Yeah. You're I've said it a couple of times, but I think with mines and bombs, it's almost the deterrent that they actually present as well.
Absolutely.
So, the one bank would have been perfect to land that. And I mean, if Kavil had the nimble bomber ability that the bombers have to drop it at one bank, that would have landed at least one of those on Reimer, which would have been just amazing.
Doesn't have many options.
It was a great K-turn from Jostero. And all Kavil needs to do now is a 1 or 2 hard and rotate, and he's laughing. Oh, that's pretty good. Barrel roll across maybe catches Kavil in the forward arc there.
And I wasn't sure the range from Jostero, but if it was 1, he certainly isn't anymore.
Oh yeah, I think it was range 1 before. Definitely out of that now. Obviously the arc rotation from Kavil is going to be key there, but he's now got a shot on Kavil that I think he would have missed out on. Wow, these red dice have gone real cold now. That is absolutely... Oh, but he gets it through. That's shields down on Kavil.
He's getting there.
Comeback starts here. But the Kirax with his big 3-dice gun coming in now. I genuinely cannot wait for the Kirax to come back as a standard ship. I know Scum have got quite a lot of standard ships, but there's just some ships that they're kind of missing at this point, and I think the Kirax is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Scum. I mean, I mainly go with Resistance, but they do have some really fun-looking ships, like the Star Viper. If that was, that's not Star Viper's still extended, right?
It's still extended. Basically, if it hasn't been re-released in 2.0, or at least had with some of the ships that cross factions, if the cross-faction version has been re-released, then the other one then becomes standard as well. So if you look at the Arc 170, the Hawk was re-released as Scum, so then is now standard in Rebels. Those ships are really good, and the Star Viper unfortunately hasn't been re-released, and it is such a cool ship. Expensive points wise though. I was trying to write a list with them in. I've got 3 of them, and I kind of wanted to fly 3 again, but it's not easy to do. But I think there's quite a few Scum ships that do need a standard to be brought back into standard, and I think with the starter sets that they're bringing out, we've seen the bomber in the Empire one should make the bomber standard going forward. I'm really curious to see if we see something like that in the Scum one, if they have the Kirax in there, or if they have the Star Viper, or even the Jakku Gunrunner would be a bit of a random one, but I would love that. Like, the Kirax would be great, because to have Talonbane Cobra or Jostero or Victor Hell in that ship in standard would be great to see, because it's almost like Scum's answer to the X-Wing.
Sure. And I think there's probably a good chance of that, because they've already got the Fugitives and whatever it's called. It's Fugitives and something pack, isn't it?
Fugitives and Collaborators.
So we're probably not going to get a Y-Wing or the Hawk in the starter set, are you, for Scum, if they're already in that set?
Well, I mean, you say that, and that's a crit going through there, which is a wounded pilot. I mean, you say that, but the Phoenix Cell had 2 A-Wings and a B-Wing, and the Rebel starter has 2 A-Wings in it.
That's true.
Which is kind of making me go, all right, well, if I buy that, I'll end up having 8 Y-Wings. Sorry, 8 A-Wings. And then altogether, I think it would work out at like 11 Y-Wings when you count Scum, Resistance, Republic, Rebels. But I just think they're great packs, and it would be nice to see. I think the Scum one. I mean, actually, pop in the comments, guys, what you think is going to be in the Scum one. 4 ships. What do you think, or what should be in that Scum pack for a starter set? Because I'd be interested to see what goes in there. Oh, stabilizer on there as well with a K-turn, so that actually should be causing damage onto that bomber, because K-turn is not a straight maneuver. So if you have loose stabilizer and do a K-turn, you do trigger the loose stabilizer there.
Let's see if it's going to make a difference, because I don't know. I wonder if these red dice are warming up.
Well, I mean, 2 target locks. Well, yeah, they got a bit warmer there. I think that's pretty much going to be it. So another crit. That final crit going through is Panicked Pilot, 3 stress tokens on there. I mean, that's, yeah. Wounded Pilot, loose stabilizer, Panicked Pilot. It's not looking good for that bomber.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate with the mix-up with the pilot abilities, because if by this point he possibly could have had 2 proton tops off, and with the with the lack of shields now on Josh's side, you know, that could have been some crits coming through that could have changed things.
We would have seen 2 proton torps onto Kavil, which would have been a massive game changer. Console fire. Oh, that's Wounded Pilot. Sorry, Console fire was on the other one. So Wounded Pilot getting another stress onto that bomber. I mean, time is up, so we won't see how he's going to try and get rid of them. And this roll is almost a foregone conclusion, but you need to roll it anyway, because, yeah, there we go.
Well, getting destroyed is certainly one way to remove the stress.
Yeah, absolute devastation there from Josh. Just Kavil got in, didn't let go the whole way around, and Jostero finally just turned up and cleaned up at the end there. So really well flown from Josh. Again, he's having a fantastic rookie season, and unfortunate therefore, whereas things could have been quite different there if those protons had gone off. But Andy, I hope you enjoyed that game.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me.
No worries, bud. Always good to have you on the channel. And guys, don't forget, plenty more action to come. So do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.